Today we have info on Tennessee's win over Alabama, Man Severe's finger, National Pasta Day, and so much more.
We have today's weather forecast with Colin Crisp and a sports update with Sawyer Hughes.
Today is Monday, October 17th, 2022.
We are live from Studio H12 in the Shroyer Broadcasting Center at Bradley Central High School, and you are watching Vox News Today.
Welcome back. I'm Amber Filial.
And I'm Ian Reardon, and these are your top stories for today.
Russia hitting Kyiv from all sides with dozens of kamikaze drones, a new form of attack as Vladimir Putin's war rages on. A series of loud explosions from a Russian attack is putting civilians and infrastructure at risk. Ukraine has accused Iran of providing Russian forces with the explosive drones, used to target the headquarters of Ukraine's national energy utility. The attack also hit a busy area filled with universities, bars, and restaurants, setting buildings on fire and sending people running for cover, cutting power in some areas. And happening right now, rescue operations are underway.
The country's interior ministers say at least 40 people are dead and dozens are reported trapped in the rubble. The blast happened near the Black Sea on Friday. What sparked the explosion is still unclear, but the energy minister earlier indicated there may have been a naturally occurring gas, usually methane, in the mine. 110 people were working there at the time of the blast.
Burlington officers responded to a report of an attempted home invasion Thursday morning after a resident who started a vehicle in the driveway encountered an armed man who tried to force his way into the house, police said in a news release. Police said the two struggled and the man's gun went off, grazing the resident's chest before the resident was able to shut the door on his hand. The resident was not seriously injured. Crime scene investigators found a finger, believed to have been severed when the resident forced the door shut inside the suspect's glove, which fell off during the struggle, police said. Investigators used fingerprints to identify a suspect.
A woman was captured on video acting foolish at Disney World. The woman in question can be seen pushing an actor dressed in full Chewbacca costume at the theme park before being led away by a staffer. Because of that, Chewbacca had to walk off the stage.
Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker defends pulling out what he calls an honorary sheriff's badge during a debate Friday. He told NBC Sunday it was from his hometown sheriff's department. His choice to show it while talking about policing drew astonishment from debate moderators and mockery from Democrats. Walker faces incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia in one of the most important Senate races of the country.
The NYPD has made an arrest for the fatal shooting of a 15-year-old on a subway train in Queens Friday. 18-year-old Keandre Russell was arraigned Sunday and formally charged with murder in the second degree. New York police say the incident grew out of a dispute between two groups of teenagers aboard a southbound subway train. Witnesses say the dispute escalated, resulting in the teenager being shot in the chest. A Good Samaritan tried to help the 15-year-old victim, who was taken to the hospital where he later died. If convicted, Russell faces up to 25 years to life in prison.
And now let's check on our weather. Colin, what can you tell us?
It's getting colder. Stay tuned for the forecast right after this break.
sounds awful. Seriously, awful.
But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
Welcome back. I'm Chris with your weather. Here is your weather at a glance for today. Today is 56 degrees currently, and it will get all the way up to 67 degrees, and we will meet a freezing temperature at the low for 30. Tuesday it will be at 52 degrees and a low of 25, a high of 58 on Wednesday and a low of 26. We will likely have no rain as we have most of the month, as it is only a 3% chance. The wind is only a minimal 2 miles per hour, and the humidity is all the way up to 96%. A dew point of 57 degrees Fahrenheit, visibility is 6 miles, a 0 out of 10 on the UV index, and 29.89 inches of pressure. The same drought that has stopped traffic on parts of the Mississippi has been a blessing to historians. Extremely low water levels have revealed a shipwreck that has been lost to history for more than 100 years. And downtown, tucked behind the banks of the Mississippi, is where you'll come across this, what's believed to be the Brook Hill. What's left of it is nearly fully exposed, a discovery. Now let's take a look at our national radar. As you can see, there's mostly rain down south and in the northeast, but in the northwest and in the Midwest, it's very dry. And as you can see, there is no rain in the area. Our 7-day forecast includes some of our first freezing temperatures for lows of the year, and mostly sunny across the board, as it will be 67 as the high and a 30 for the low today. 52 as the high and a 25 as the low tomorrow, 58 as the high and a 26 as the low Wednesday, 61 as the high and 31 on the low Thursday. We will escape freezing temperatures Friday with a high of 70 and a low of 35. We'll continue to go warmer on Saturday for the weekend with a high of 74 and a low of 37, and we will cap off the week with a high of 76 and a low of 44. That is all I have for your weather. Here's Sawyer with your sports report.
Today we have Tennessee's big win over Alabama, a Pac-12 thriller, and more right after this break.
You can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king, come laying on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You could talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day, after day, after day.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Misrepresent the facts? Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
Oh, that's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the tide.
Welcome back. I'm Sorry Hughes with your sports. Tennessee put an end to 15 years of misery at the hands of Alabama on Saturday as the number 6 Volunteers upset the number 3 Crimson Tide 52-49 at Neyland Stadium for Tennessee's first win in the rivalry since 2006. Bulls kicker Chase McGrath drilled a 40-yard field goal as time expired to lift his team to the rousing win. No one was more ingrailed to UT's success than wide receiver Jalen Hyatt, who caught his school record 5 touchdowns as Tennessee improved a 6-0 with the victory. A missed 50-yard field goal attempt from Alabama kicker Will Richard with 15 seconds left gave Tennessee a last-gasp effort. TCU picked up its biggest win in years, Saturday defeating the number 8 Oklahoma State Cowboys 43-40 in double overtime. TCU set a student attendance record of 6,224 and the second highest overall attendance in program history of 49,594. The Frogs got off to a slow start on offense with 2 short drives leading to a 14-0 deficit. Quarterback Spencer Sanders punched in 2 rushing scores, and the Cowboys looked good. The Horned Frogs responded with an impressive drive capped off by a Max Duggan 1-yard score to make it 14-7. Oklahoma State went to the half with a 24-13 advantage. Devon Edwards ran for a go-ahead 67-yard touchdown, and Blake Corum had a 61-yard run for a score on consecutive snaps in the third quarter as the 5th-ranked Wolverines pulled away and beat number 10 Penn State 41-17 on Saturday. Quote, I can't remember back-to-back touchdowns runs like that. Quote, Michigan GOAT, coach and lover of khakis, Jim Harbaugh said in the post-game. The undefeated Wolverines finished with 418 yards rushing, gaining 7.6 yards per carry, against a team that was giving up fewer than 80 yards rushing per game to rank among college football leaders. Utah quarterback Cameron Rising threw for 415 yards, ran for 3 touchdowns, and scampered up the middle for a go-ahead 2-point conversion with 48 seconds left in number 20 Utah's 43-42 victory over the 7th-ranked Trojans on Saturday night. In regards to the decision of going for 2 late, quote, we were going to keep the ball in Cam's hands, Utes coach Kyle Whittingham said, and if we score and time is closing to expiring, we were going for 2, no question. That is all I have for sports. Stay tuned for more news after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Thank you.
Kindness. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Hey guys, this is Austin with Let's Bounce Rental. We're here to provide a quality inflatable for a great price. We have over 17 that's available, and we are easy to book and hassle-free, so you will never go wrong with getting a party done by Let's Bounce Rental. We are always here to provide a great service.
Our crew is dedicated to make sure your equipment arrives on time, set up properly, and without any hassle. Our job is to make sure you have access to the best inflatables so you can have the most fun possible at any event. Whether it's a school event, church gathering, or birthday party, we have the equipment for you. The best part is that we are a locally owned company. We pride ourselves on making sure our customers are taken care of. So the next event you have, plan for success with Let's Bounce Rental. Call us today at 423-435-4311 or reach us by email or website. Thank you.
Welcome back. As fans across Tennessee share their excitement of the last-minute Tennessee win over Alabama, Dolly Parton is joining in on the celebration. Parton took to Twitter on Sunday afternoon, sharing both her excitement after watching Saturday's game as well as that she had heard of a certain rumor some fans may have started. Quote, "I said it's great to be a Tennessee Vol. What a win last night. If I wasn't out of town, I would have been a treat to have been there, and I heard there were some rumors that I would be. Nobody was more disappointed than me to not be there. GBOs," end quote, Dolly tweeted.
The Knoxville Police Department is investigating a shooting that happened Saturday night near University of Tennessee after the Vols win against Alabama. KPD said in a release that just after 11 p.m., officers working on Cumberland Avenue responded when they heard gunshots nearby. When they responded, police say they found a crime scene in a parking lot on the 1900 block of Cumberland Avenue near the 19th Street. Officers found a 65-year-old man who had been shot in the hands, according to the release. He was taken to UT Medical Center with what is believed to be non-life-threatening injuries.
Workers at the Louisville Zoo are in mourning Friday after the death of Helen, the world's second oldest gorilla Friday. According to the zoo, they had to euthanize the beloved animal after a significant decline in her quality of life. They say she developed increasing instability and tremors, putting her at greater risk of falling, which impacted her day-to-day welfare. Helen was 64 years old, while female gorillas in zoos typically live to be about 39 years old.
Clark Atlanta University's homecoming celebration was marred by gun violence early Sunday morning. It was the first in-person homecoming since the COVID-19 pandemic. 3 college students were among the 4 people injured, although all are expected to recover. According to an alert sent to students, it may have been a drive-by shooting. A crowd of students were listening to a DJ at the time just outside the library. Atlanta police say the investigation is ongoing and won't say if any arrests have been made.
2 people were hospitalized and 4 more were displaced after a house fire Saturday morning in the Forest Anchors area. Firefighters arrived at the scene shortly after 8:30 a.m., finding fire and smoke in the occupants standing outside on 2500 block of Maple Street. 2 residents suffering from burns and smoke inhalation were taken to a hospital for treatment. Because of ammunition in the home and oxygen tanks that exploded, the fire took several hours to be extinguished. The displaced adults will receive assistance from the American Red Cross. The fire's cause is still under investigation.
A combined reward totaling up to $15,000 is being offered for information relating to a fire April 8th that damaged Christ Church Episcopal in Tracy City, Tennessee. The church was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2015 as the oldest continuously operating Episcopalian church on the Cumberland Plateau. A cash reward of up to $5,000 is available in the state for information leading to an arrest or conviction, according to the Tennessee Advisory Committee on Arson.
The Wanderlinger Brewing Company was vandalized Wednesday night. Somebody spray painted the word perverts on the building along with an obscene image. The owner believes the vandalism is in response to a drag show they held last month. Fortunately, the graffiti has been removed from Wanderlinger's business, and the owner says the erased message only has encouraged them to continue being open and welcoming to everyone in the community. Quote, "When you see that kind of stuff happen, it shows not all people are welcome and inviting and willing to create a safe spot for everybody," end quote, said Chris Dial, owner of Wanderlinger Brewing Company. Chris Dial was out of town but wanted everybody to know his priority is to provide a safe space for patrons to feel comfortable.
The Meigs County Sheriff's Office said Thursday they're investigating after a minor was arrested and found to have a notebook containing concerning entries about Meigs County High School. Officials said the juvenile had been arrested off school property outside of school hours and was later found to possess the notebook. An extensive search showed that there was no evidence to corroborate the entries related to the school, according to authorities. The Sheriff's Office said all necessary actions have been taken to ensure the safety of students and staff, and the suspect will remain in custody. No further information is available due to the ongoing investigation.
A shimmering show-stealing pickup truck and a pair of dusty $78,000 Levi's. Reporter Jeremy Roth has these kickers and more in today's Take a Look at This Week.
Take a look at the week we had. An amazing feat took place in an Italian operating room as an alert patient played a saxophone for a team of surgeons as they performed brain surgery on him. So-called awake surgeries like this one allow doctors to perform complex procedures on the brain while monitoring in real time any effect on the patient's neurological functions, in this case, his ability to play the sax. A pair of dusty Levi's jeans made headlines when they nabbed $76 grand at auction. The jeans were reportedly found in an old mine shaft in New Mexico and are believed to be from the 1880s. The very old school duds sparked a bidding war as soon as the listing went live, but in the end it was a pair of vintage clothing dealers from San Francisco that nabbed the grubby gold rush garb for a cool $76 grand. A pickup truck became the talk of the town in Austin, Texas, after its formerly drab cab was given a sparkly makeover by a bodywork garage team that hand-glued more than 300,000 glass crystals to the '78 Chevy Sierra's entire exterior. The owner says a year's worth of bodywork was done in mere months, just in time for this year's Austin City Limits Festival. Finally, the 8th annual Fat Bear Week wrapped up, revealing this year's chunky champion, Bear 747. More than 900,000 online votes were cast in this year's pre-hibernation weight gain competition, but in the end, the 1,400-pound 747 narrowly edged out the rest to claim the crown, his second Tubby title in 3 years. For Take a Look at This Week, I'm Jeremy Roth.
The fat bear was huge.
October is National Pasta Month, and today recognizes National Pasta Day. Pasta lovers celebrate. While we find noodles all over the world, pasta is a type of noodle of traditional Italian cuisine. The first reference dates back to 1154 in Sicily and was first attested to in English in 1874. Typically, it is made from an unleavened dough of durum wheat flour. The flour is mixed with water or eggs and formed into sheets of various shapes. It can then be served fresh or dried to be stored for later use. Explore the world of pasta. Whether you're cooking up a salad, main dish, or dessert, recipes are abound. We offer several on our recipe page too. If you don't feel like cooking, take the family out to an Italian restaurant. No matter what you are planning, invite friends to join you. It's the best way to celebrate every day, using hashtag National Pasta Day to post on social media.
We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
You'll also find more online at our website, bchs.tv.
Please remind your friends to like, subscribe, share on our YouTube channel, BCHS and Bear Network.
Tune in each weekday for our newscast. Just can't get enough Fox.
That is all we have for you today from Studio H12 in the Shroyer Broadcasting Center at Bradley Central High School.
From all of us at Vox News, thank you for watching.
We hope you have a splendid day.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.